Welcome to Channel 5's Evening News. My name is James.
And mine is Courtney.
This isn't the news.
No.
No. It's a little different format than our other videos so far. But we just started this channel, like not too long ago. What, like a week and a half now?
Yeah.
Losing track. And we figured it might be good to make a video where we kind of introduce ourselves. So you can get to know us a little better. Now, I asked Courtney to find questions to ask, and we'll both answer, but I have no idea what these questions are. So yeah, let's just get into it. So, okay. Getting to know you. Question number 1. Let's go.
Numero uno.
Okay.
If you had one day left to live, what would you do?
Do you want to answer first, or do you want me to answer first?
You should answer first.
I should answer first. If I had one day left, let's see. I'd probably wake up early because I know that I'm gonna be gone at the end of the day.
Like, why sleep at all, right?
Yeah. Make coffee. I would want a breakfast, like, pastry that's not too sweet, but lemon. I love lemon stuff in the morning. And then I'd watch some of my favorite movies. Like, I'd watch Clue. Clue is my favorite film, and I will watch it over and over and over, so I'd have to put that on. And then, I guess, relax with Tara and have peanut butter and jelly. And
About
everything.
what time do you think it is right now?
Oh, I know. Hold on. I would just eat everything bagels all day. All day. Like toasted dark with butter, cream cheese. I'd mix it up. Butter, cream cheese.
I just want to point out that you haven't mentioned me once.
Yeah. I'd kiss my wife, good morning.
And
then I would go eat my everything bagels. And then I'd probably want to spend the evening with a nice glass of cognac or bourbon or whiskey or something and just relax and then slowly fall asleep. Why'd you pick this question? What's your answer? I'd cuddle the dogs, watch Princess Bride.
My answer is I would tell everybody I was throwing together a last-minute surprise party and they had to be over by noon.
You would throw a surprise party for yourself?
No, I wouldn't tell them what the surprise party was for.
Okay.
Everybody would come and be like, what is this for? Like, whose birthday is it? And I'd be like, I just wanted everybody here. Surprise!
Goodbye. It's over now.
I would start, like you said, like, I'd wake up crazy early, like, I don't know, 3 a.m., something like that.
Yeah.
And
or you could, hold on, you could go to sleep really early the day before and wake up at midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have your full 24 hours. And I would spend the morning when no one else was awake, like, preparing lots of foods. Like, I love baking, I love cooking, so I would... Maybe I'd make your fresh everything bagels and a lemon bar. Although I find it peculiar that you wouldn't have been like, I want to go out to a diner. Like,
so wait, hold on. Is it like both of our last days together? Or
no,
is it like...
how,
so on your
how
last,
you would play out your last
So on
day.
your last day on Earth, you would make me breakfast?
Yeah, I totally would.
All right, fair enough. I deserve that.
I would bake like everything I was going to eat for the rest of the day and... Absolutely no diet. Like, it's going to be gross,
well, it doesn't matter
terrible
anymore.
Stuff, right? Like, cheeseburger, macaroni and cheese. Oh, my taco macaroni and cheese. So it's like got salsa in it. Yeah.
I want to move this close. This feels too much like a news report. So let's get a little intimate. Let's get a little closer. Get to know us. Oh, that's so much better.
Okay.
All right. Now we're not the nightly news.
Scooch.
Yeah, scooch. All right, that's much better. I feel better about this. Do you feel better about this? I feel better about this.
I'm excited for your answer to this one. I'm not excited for my answer to this one.
Okay, I'm ready. Shoot.
What is the craziest dream you've ever had? Appropriate.
So, I know this is...
the looniest dream you've ever had.
The looniest, tooniest dream I've ever had. So, I can't remember like a specific dream, but I like horror movies, so a lot of my dreams are like horror movies. And there have been multiple times where I've had a dream where I'm hunting down Chucky, or like getting chased, or like there's a killer out there and I'm trying to find them, and like there's nothing in particular that I can remember, but I have a lot of those kind of dreams. Without going into detail of how like weird they get, I've had a few of those where I'm in like a horror movie situation. So I guess that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, my looniest dream I ever remembered is like, I was a kid. This is probably the first dream I remember, like, chronologically.
And there was a coyote. He was coming after me.
My brother and I were playing hide and seek in the living room of one of the houses we lived in when we were younger. It had like a sunken living room. Anyway, we were hiding behind our Queen Anne chair. And I found out partway through the dream that what we were hiding from was this big, fluffy, rainbow striped monster. Think of like Sully from Monsters Inc.
Okay.
But replace the head with a fluffy rhinoceros.
And it's rainbow.
Rainbow. Oh, and it had a long fluffy tail, kind of like a lion. It had like a fluff at the end. But I remember that monster distinctly.
She had like a Jim Henson. It had like a Jim Henson themed.
Yeah.
Dream.
But hide and seek, and we were hiding from it. But it turned out it wasn't really mean. It was really friendly. Would you rather give up music or television for a year?
For a year? When you say television, do you mean TV shows or like watching movies on the television? Like the television itself?
Any form of entertainment that comes out of a television.
Music. And here's why. Because I love movies. I love music. But if I can watch movies on TV, which has sound, there's going to be soundtracks on there. So I could hear all the music that I really like. Because I really like movie soundtracks. So I'd rather give up music in that case. Yeah? Right? That makes sense.
Maybe. I feel like the implication is that...
It's silent pictures? Like I just have to watch Nosferatu for a year.
No, I'm saying that when you're choosing between television or music, like, you would choose music because you can listen to the soundtracks. But if you're giving up music, I would assume that there's no music in the television either.
Oh. So it would just be silent movies for like a year?
Not silent. It would just not have music.
Oh, so just
or
talking.
It would just be background music.
Oh. In that case, then I'd probably say television. Because with music, you're not losing anything.
Wait, are you choosing television or saying no to television?
I'm choosing to give up television for a year.
Okay.
Because then I could still listen to music, and with listening to music, you're not losing anything. So, yeah, that's my answer.
So for me, as much as I feel that music is more like artistic and takes more talent to like produce, I kind of flake when it comes to like putting on a radio or plugging in my phone when I'm in my car to hear music.
Like you go to listen to it and you're like, it's too much work.
No, I actually just genuinely forget to put on music.
Okay.
Like it doesn't bother me that there's
no music. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So I feel like, and I love television. Like I could binge watch something forever.
She does.
Yeah. I would give up music.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't realize I wouldn't get any music with my movies. So. Question 4.
Question 4 is there a show you used to watch as a kid that you would love to see come back?
That's a good one because I watched a ton of stuff as a kid. I was a Nickelodeon kid. She was a Cartoon Network kid. So we kind of grew up with different shows. I don't know. You might have to give your answer first.
Okay. This might be controversial to those that are the same fans for me.
Firefly?
No.
Okay.
I didn't watch that when I was little. Even though it technically came back, that it was a remake. And I don't want a remake. I want the same show.
Full House.
Sailor Moon. They had like an outro where she was like, here's the moral of the story.
Don't
and it
do
was
drugs.
Always like, no, I don't
If your friends are throwing up their meals, don't do it too, like that kind of stuff, right?
Right, but it was just so cheesy.
Yeah.
And there was such heartfelt moments that came out through it that it felt even more heartfelt because the show was so goofy. They did come out with a remake of it called Sailor Moon Crystal. I just don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy the one I watched as a kid. It's just a nostalgia factor.
Well, I think a big part of it too is the old show. It was very handmade. You could tell it was handmade, and it was like personal. With the new one, it's all computers, and it feels different.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I think I have an answer. I don't know if it's my top answer. It's just what popped in my head now. I used to love Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon. It was down to earth, and the music was good, and just the storylines were great and like wacky, but like it almost felt like, you know when you're a kid and you imagine things, like you go on an adventure and you're imagining stuff being more grandiose than it was actually. I feel like that show did that a lot. So it was really relatable. And it was during that period of Nickelodeon where a lot of the shows were like that, but Pete and Pete always stuck out for me. So I'd like to see that again. I don't think it would hit the same like now. Like I think it would be a little
missed
weird.
that show entirely. I just didn't have
Cartoon Network.
The only time I watched Nick when I visited my friend up the road.
She doesn't even know Stick Stickly. Like,
I don't know who that is.
See?
Is that a who?
Question 5.
Which movie do you most regret wasting 2 hours of your life on?
The live-action Gundam Wing movie from like the early 2000s. I saw it at Best Buy. My mind was blown because I was like, live-action Gundam Wing? Of course I want to see that. And it was the worst movie ever. I still own it. It's terrible. It's called G-Savior because they couldn't, I guess they couldn't really call it Gundam, but it was Gundam. It was really bad. It was super disappointing. That was easy.
For me, I never even finished it because it was so bad. Netflix did a live action of Death Note.
See, live action anime. Why?
Live action remakes of anime are so bad. Yeah. Normally, Full Metal Alchemist was good, but I couldn't even get past like the first 5 minutes. I was like, this is so bad. All the characters are so bad. They were cast horribly. Yeah.
Sensitive subject. Next question.
What's a word or phrase people use that you just can't stand?
What happened was, I don't know why, I just hate when people say that. It never sounds like it's an actual sentence. I don't want to say that I get really aggravated. Like, who gets aggravated at like, I don't know. But like, whenever I hear it, I'm like, that just doesn't sound right. Like, it doesn't sound structurally correct. What happened was.
Yeah. I have one phrase I don't like that's like that. It is what it is.
Oh, she doesn't like C'est la vie or Que sera sera.
It's like, it is what it is. Well, yeah, you didn't have to say that.
Hey, forget about
Everything is exactly what it is.
I think that's the point of the saying.
I understand what they're going for. I hate it.
Okay, next question.
I like how simple this question is.
For $1 million.
Ocean or lake?
Ocean. Like, I love lakes, but don't get me wrong. Anytime I go to the ocean, it's way better.
I'm a lake person.
Why? Because you can drink it?
It's not salty.
Okay.
My hair gets gross.
From the ocean?
My skin gets gross. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't like the salt on my skin.
But there's waves in the ocean.
I can make waves at a lake.
Whoa.
No, I mean, if you jet ski on a big lake.
You can jet ski on the ocean. Plus, there's like
jet
sharks
skiing on
in
the
there.
ocean is not fun.
Of course it is.
No, the water's so hard and choppy.
You jump it. You just jump that jump.
No.
There's whales in the ocean.
You don't stay at log cabins at the ocean. You stay at a log cabin by the lake.
You stay at a beach house by the ocean.
I'm a log cabin girl.
I'd much rather be on the ocean. That's my answer. Final answer.
Lake.
Next question.
Is there a silly accomplishment you've made that you're secretly proud of?
Only one thing comes to mind. When we got our first house, I finally was able to put together a junk drawer. And I love junk drawers. I'm sure you know what that is. It's a drawer in everybody's house where it's just full of random stuff, but useful stuff. And I've always wanted one. Because my grandmother had a junk drawer, and something that was really fun to me was going over to her house and exploring the junk drawer. Because things would go in there and leave, like, it was in constant state of change. So to finally have my own junk drawer was pretty fantastic. I was very happy with that.
This one is relevant to our current status, but and it's super silly, but I learned that I'm really good at cutting men's hair.
Oh. What makes you say that?
Okay, this is the last question. You're invited to lunch with a person you've always wanted to meet. Who is it?
Who is it? Bela Lugosi. I think that would be interesting to sit with him and like talk, you know, just one-on-one. Not early in his career, maybe later in his career.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bela Lugosi is my answer. Or Orson Welles. He lived a crazy life, and I think it would be really fun to sit down with him and just like talk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just pure interesting.
Super interesting guy.
Mine are all scientists, but if I had to choose one, probably Marie Curie, because she was a pioneer for women in science, and she worked on radioactive materials, and at the time didn't understand what it was going to do. I'd love to know what it was like in her time to be a scientist.
I think that's a really good answer. See, I was expecting like Andre the Giant or something like that.
I mean, I would love to meet Andre the Giant and just get one giant hug.
Well, and then watch Princess Bride all night.
Oh, and rhyme everything.
That was a few questions with us, just to kind of get to know us. I think we'll do this every once in a while. I don't want to make the videos too long with the questions, but this is a lot of fun. Definitely. Mm-hmm. So look for more of this, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks for getting to know us.
This has been Channel 5 News. We'll see you real soon.